You know that feeling, right? The year starts, you're full of energy, you've got these huge plans for a new you, and then poof, a few months in and it's like it never even happened. You're right back where you started. What if I told you that's not your fault? What if this system you're using is designed to fail? Let's break down a framework that actually works.
I mean, it's such a common story, isn't it? The gym membership card just sits in your wallet. That book you were so excited to read is now a coaster. And the worst part? You didn't even make a conscious decision to quit. It just faded away. So, what's really going on here?
Okay, let's get one thing straight right now. This is not about you lacking willpower. It's not some deep character flaw. The fact that you're even watching this tells me you know you're capable of more. The problem isn't you. The real villain here is the way we've all been taught to approach goals. It's built for a short, intense burst of motivation that's impossible to maintain. It never actually teaches you how to make a change stick. So today, we're going to tear that old system down. So let's kick things off by talking about this huge misunderstanding when it comes to the whole 90-day idea. See, most people treat it like it's a sprint to a finish line, and that's exactly why they burn out. This slide just nails it. On the left, you've got the classic mistake, the 90-day challenge. It's all about gritting your teeth and pushing through to get a result. But the right way, the way that actually lasts, is what's on the right, the 90-day identity shift. The focus isn't on what you're doing, it's on who you're becoming. It's wild, but the philosopher Machiavelli knew this like 500 years ago. If you only chase the result, you're gonna burn out. But if you can fall in love with the process, the daily reps, the small actions, the results just kind of happen on their own. It's about loving the doing, not just dreaming of the done.
And this right here, this is the entire game. An identity shift is when that new thing you're doing moves from your brain's to-do list into its operating system. You stop trying to be a person who goes to the gym, you just are a person who goes to the gym. It's part of you. That's the real win.
So think of this journey as having three very distinct phases. First, you've got the battle, which is all about survival. Then you hit the momentum trap, where you have to be careful. And finally, you reach the identity shift, where you lock it all in for good. This is our roadmap. Okay, let's dive into that first month, days 1 through 30. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it, this is a fight. The goal here isn't to see amazing results. The only goal is to not quit. It's about pure, raw consistency. Look at that number, 80%. That's the percentage of people who give up in this first phase. Why? It's simple. You're not seeing results yet. That initial high of motivation is gone, and your brain is practically screaming at you to go back to what's easy and comfortable. The famous psychologist Carl Jung had a name for this resistance you're feeling. He called it the shadow self. It's that voice in your head that loves the couch, hates discomfort, and is the world champion of saying, I'll start tomorrow. It's not evil, it's just the part of you that's scared of change. So how do you beat your shadow self? Well, spoiler alert, you don't. You just have to acknowledge it. Machiavelli's advice is perfect here. You hear the fear, you understand why it's there, and then you go do the thing anyway. For the first 30 days, your only job is to show up. That's the win, period. So, you made it. You survived the battle. Now we're in the second month, days 31 to 60. Things start to feel a bit easier. But right when you start to relax, a new danger pops up. I call it the momentum trap. So in this phase, the habit is becoming more automatic. It doesn't take as much willpower. And you think that's a good thing, right? But it's a trap. Because this is when you start to get complacent. This is when that little voice says, hey, you've been so good, one day off won't hurt. And Machiavelli basically warned us about this exact moment. He said that when things feel easy, when victory feels close, that is precisely when you need to be more disciplined, not less. This is when you double down. Let's give this a name. Fragile momentum. You've worked your tail off to build it up, but it's like a delicate piece of glass. One or two exceptions can shatter it, and then you're right back at the beginning, trying to build it all up again. You have to protect it. Now, if you can navigate that trap, you enter the final and, honestly, the most amazing stage of this whole process. This is where the change stops being temporary and becomes permanent. This is where the magic happens. 1%. Just let that sink in. Only 1 out of every 100 people who set a new goal actually makes it to this stage. This is elite territory. But the crazy thing is, it's not about being superhuman, it's just about understanding the process. And at this point, you're not even thinking about it anymore. It's automatic. It's just who you are. You're not the person trying to wake up early. You're an early riser. The behavior is now just a part of your character. The identity shift is complete. It's locked in.
Okay, so now you've got the map. You understand the 3 stages of the journey. But a map is kind of useless if you don't have the tools to actually make the trip. So let's get super practical. These 4 rules right here, this is your whole toolkit. Number 1, control your environment. 2, focus on one thing, just one. 3, find a small win every single day. And 4, this one's huge, track your progress, but don't you dare judge it.
This chart perfectly shows the #1 mistake everyone makes. We try to change everything at once. But your willpower is like a phone battery. It drains. If you try to start a new diet, go to the gym, read more, and learn Spanish, you're going to be at 0% by noon. Pick one battle, just one thing for these 90 days.
Now this might be the most critical piece of advice. You're going to have off days. It's guaranteed. The difference between people who succeed and people who fail is how they talk to themselves on those days. Judging yourself, "I'm so lazy," shuts you down. Analyzing, "Okay, I missed. Why? What was the trigger?" makes you smarter for tomorrow.
In the end, it really all boils down to this, doesn't it? You can have the best plan in the world. You can understand all the psychology, but none of it matters without action. Success, fortune, luck, whatever you want to call it, it shows up for the people who actually start.
So you know the map, you know the rules of the game. The only question left is the one on the screen. Your next 90 days, your transformation, it all starts with the answer to that simple question. What's it going to be?